Welcome to our latest XM Forex broker review. I'm Noam.
And I'm Justin. We've been comparing Forex brokers for over a decade, and we've been looking to the latest when it comes to Forex and CFD trends.
XM is one of the most popular and recognizable brokers in the world, but what do we really think of them? All right, Justin, XM. This is going to be a pretty frank review because we did spend an extensive amount of time looking at them, looking at their fees, looking at where they're regulated. They're obviously a massive brand and they obviously get some points for that, but we gave them a score of only 57 out of 100. Let's start with a negative and then go to the positives. Where did they lose points?
So they lost points really, I'm going to just go straight into two key areas. So first of all, one area is the trading fees, which we consider to be probably the second most important factor behind regulation. Obviously, you should only ever trade with a regulated broker, which they are. But when it comes to trading fees, that really eats into your profit or loss, especially the more you trade. Now, they have two types of trading accounts. The first one is a standard account, which has only the spread, which their spreads are extremely high compared to the other brokers that we compared. When it comes to the ECN, it's a bit more competitive, but their commission rate is $3.50, and that is again at the higher end. So for both types, it's high. The second key element that, for just going to negative, is their reviews. So if you look at something like Trustpilot, it is one of the lowest average review of all the brokers that we compared. Obviously, there's quite a few disgruntled traders out there within it. We factored that in, and these are two key factors that have lowered these scores.
Okay, so let's start with the first category, the most brutal category, and that was trading costs. You just touched on them, but do you want to maybe expand on them a little bit more?
The standard account is something that I wouldn't recommend if you're going to use XM, because we've evaluated the final cost of both, and because the spread, which is the primary source of the fee of that account, is so much higher than the other brokers, it's just going to eat into your profits. So the better account of the two is the ECN style account. So that has a commission rate of $3.50 per side, $7 round turn. So that's based on 100,000 units traded. And then they also have a spread as well, which is a bit more competitive, hence we like it. But that commission rate, $3.50, there's brokers that are around the $2 mark, so this is substantially higher. And that's why, again, while it's better than the standard account, it's still high. We've discounted this broker a lot based on this. I understand a lot of people will join XM because of the huge amount of promotions that they have in advertising and not check the fees. Obviously, we're recommending never jump into any broker without checking the fees first. It is really important, and XM is a real big issue the more you trade with them.
Okay, so that's the worst out of the way. So that was a score of 4 out of 10 for trading costs. Let's have a look at Trust. They received 7 out of 10 for Trust, and that's largely off the back of the fact that they do have quite a few Tier 1 licenses.
Yeah, so they're regulated by ASIC here in Australia. They're regulated in Europe. One of their most popular region is South Africa, and they're regulated again in that region by the FSCA. What I find really interesting is you're probably wondering, where's XM really popular? And three key areas that they're popular is in the US, Japan, and Thailand. And they're not regulated in any of those three regions. They're using an offshore broker if they can onboard them, because I'm not even sure if they can onboard US traders.
When you say popularity, you're talking about the search volume around them on Google.
Exactly. So we can see through Google Intelligence of how many people search for it. If you look at our review, we actually show the top 10. We actually show the top 50 if you open up full screen, and we update it we just actually updated about a month ago. So we update on a routine basis, and these are where most people are searching. So obviously something is triggering, let's say in Japan, people to search for XM and potentially join it. What's interesting is they're not regulated in those regions. I talked about reviews before as well. But overall, they are a very popular broker. They can be trusted, so they have scored pretty strong in this category.
Okay, the next category they scored quite strongly in was in the area of range of markets. They scored a 7.5 out of 10 here. What do we like about the range of markets they provide?
Sure, so as such a large broker with strong popularity, it wouldn't surprise you that they offer almost all the major and minor Forex trading pairs. So, Euro USD, Japanese yen to USD, etc. They also offer quite a few exotics, so it's a bigger range than most of the other brokers. And then you look at the CFD. So at the moment, obviously, gold is very popular. In most markets, they offer crypto, CFDs, oil, shares, indices, etc. So really, when it comes to Forex or CFDs, they've got you covered. They don't offer something like share trading and some of these additional areas such as that. But generally, good range of markets, hence a strong score.
Okay, and then the next area that we looked at was their customer service. Their customer service really is very good, 7.5 out of 10. What do we like about their customer service?
We really judge customer service primarily based on live chat, just because when you're in the interface and you've got problems, etc., normally it's live chat is your first point of call. The queues are really short. The people seem to have a pretty good knowledge. We also tested the phone support. That was quite good. Very strong accent, to be honest. I had a bit of a trouble understanding a few elements there. But generally, we're seeing pretty strong customer support, talent for each region and for each language. So they definitely know their core markets. They're saying in Thailand, they got Thai customer support. Cape Town team definitely tested these elements out and gave it a pretty strong score. Just could be a little bit better. Something like a dedicated account manager that someone like Pepperstone offers definitely can just be a bit better to always be able to get hold of the same person and that person to understand your history, etc. So that's probably why they've lost a few marks from that aspect.
Okay, so let's summarize it all for everybody back home. We gave them an overall score of 57 out of 100. Where they lost points was in the area of trading costs. They were expensive.
Yep, 100%.
We then gave them a score of 7 out of 10 for trust and a score of 7.5 out of 10 for range of markets. Trust, they got a strong score because they do have a bunch of tier 1 licenses. They have been around for a long time, and certainly your capital is safe when you're trading with them. They're obviously bound by laws in Australia, etc. And range of markets.
Yeah, and as such a large broker, they do offer MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4. They've got their own trading platform, which is really good on a Android or iPhone device. So definitely, if you want to make quick trades, really strong. The downside is no CTrader, no TradingView. Personally, my favorite trading platform, so that's a bit of a negative. But definitely, I think most people that join XM are probably going to use the XM trading platform, and really the key strength there is mobile trading. And in regions obviously like Japan and Thailand, mobile trading is the majority of the market. So you'd understand that people want to trade on the go. They've got a really easy to use product, making it very simple to make your trades on a daily basis.
Okay, there you have it, guys. That is all we have for XM. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.